Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fire Talk with Chief Mark McCluskey. I'm your host, Public Safety Information Director Larry Flowers. We will be discussing the calls for service for the month of December, as well as community engagement events throughout last month. Chief, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, good to be back.
Let's begin with the month in review. December 2025 calls for service. We're back over 2,000.
Yeah, we're a little bit over 2,000 calls this month, 2,073, 1,470 of them being medical calls, 565 fire rescue incidents, and 38 actual fire incidents.
Wow. And there was a residential fire back on December 6th at Woodgate Farms Apartments. That's on St. Andrews Drive.
Yeah, the crews arrived on the scene there, found some smoke coming from the unit, made an entry to the building. It was the sprinkler system had already activated. There was a little kitchen fire in that building. So, they made sure the fire was completely out. The sprinkler system saved it from spreading, and the unit was turned back over to their maintenance facility there, and no injuries reported.
That's always good news, no
Yes.
injuries. Then on the next day, there was a detached garage fire at a home on Leaf Avenue.
Yeah, I was over on Leaf Avenue. Crews pulled up and had the garage that was on the backside of the house that was on fire. This crews, put it out. No injuries reported on that fire also.
Sure. And then a few days later, on December 13th, there was a fire call at the Crystals restaurant on South Church Street.
Yes, they responded to Crystals there on South Church Street. When they got on the scene, they had moderate smoke coming from the ventilation system on the outside of the building. Made entry, and one of the deep fryers was on fire.
Wow.
Yeah, they extinguished that fire, ventilated the building. Not much damage done at all, and was able to remain open that day too. Also. Sure.
No injuries.
No injuries. No.
As well. Then a grass fire, man. We went from house fire, business fire,
Yes.
now grass fire.
Busy month. Yeah, we're basically in a drought. You don't think much about it during the winter months, but the grass was real dry. A lot of dead grass out there. Caught on fire. Had a pretty good little grass fire out in the Blackman area. But the crews, like they always do, got on the scene, put the fire out. Nobody was hurt, and called it a day.
All right. And then a house fire on East Lytle Street on December 22nd.
Yes, we had I think it come in about 10:45 at night. Had a house fire on East Lytle there. They arrived on the scene, found that the house was unoccupied, and they were during renovation. And somehow I think that fire's still under investigation, but the house was on fire. They made entry and put it out, and no injuries on that one also.
Okay. Then a rollover crash, just on a street just off Medical Center Boulevard. Looks like.
Yeah, that was. I actually got some phone calls that night on that fire. A car had rolled over. It blocked the Medical Center Avenue. It was like, what's going on Medical Center? It shut down. It was. The car rolled over and it blocked the whole road basically. Minor injuries were reported in it, but messed the traffic up. Not to say the less for a little while.
I got you.
Yes.
Got you. And then there was a vehicle accident at the Home Depot in that parking lot.
Yes, kind of a odd situation with the car in a parking lot turning up on its side or on
the roof. I remember that one.
Yes, like it did. Not sure exactly how it happened, but I have seen stranger things happen. But had a couple people still trapped inside, so we had to get them out, and no injuries,
Right.
with the crash itself, but had to get them out of the vehicle. Had to extricate two of them out of that.
Right. Well, crews get to sharpen their skills. They often practice, but when it's the real thing, they're able to get in quickly and get those
Exactly. That's
victims out.
Extrications, there's no two alike, so you always got to be open-minded and trained on how to be mechanical-minded to do that stuff.
Right. And then another vehicle crash on Old Fort Parkway.
Yes, that was another one that we had that had two occupants in an overturned vehicle that we had to extricate. Also, both had minor injuries after we got them out and then transported them to the hospital for the treatment.
Sure, man. A lot of accidents this
month.
Another one on Armstrong Valley Road at Veterans Parkway.
Correct. Yeah, that was a pretty serious accident we had that day. It was reported as a multiple vehicle crash, and I think it might have been a total of 4 cars, maybe 3 or 4.
Right.
Had two of the occupants or patients we transported by air to Vanderbilt. Had another couple of patients. We had one we had to extricate, and we transported them to Murfreesboro Hospital, and one other patient we transported to the hospital here in town.
Yeah, I know that crash is still under investigation as well. Believe somebody may have run a red light on that one. So it's, just want to remind people to,
Yes, be very careful. That that intersection there, that's what we would call a high-speed intersection. With Veterans Parkway, just got to be extra careful. And pay attention. And in those high-speed accidents like that, it's usually a little bit more serious injuries in those. So.
And that's why those traffic lights were put there to try to help control,
Exactly.
traffic at that intersection. So just reminding people to be careful.
Always.
Yeah. Then storm damage. MFRD responded to storm damage, and man, I've seen the girls and guys get out pulling limbs out on the road and everything.
Yeah, that was one of those nights we had threats of storms. Didn't have any real severe storms, but we had some, I think around 60-mile-an-hour straight line winds. We had some trees blown down, electrical lines and stuff went down. Just your typical stuff that happens, and that had to make a few calls. And always a reminder when you have electrical line, always assume that they are still charged. Stay away from them. Don't attempt to move any kind of lines. Call us, and we'll take care of it. Or get the people to take care of it.
And it's ironic, as part of my Leadership Rutherford class, we went by Middle Tennessee Electric, and they did a demonstration. And we'll show a few of those photos too to show literally how dangerous it is.
It's very
to try
dangerous.
To move those lines when you don't know if they're charged or not.
That kind of reminds me. I got a friend of mine. He's a lineman for years. He's like, I don't see how you go on these fires. And I said, I don't see how you climb that pole. I don't like that electricity myself. So,
I totally understand that.
Very dangerous in both of them.
And then crews rescued a man that was trapped inside of a storm drain on Pennington Drive. Gosh, that was pretty deep. Right?
It was about 70 feet down. The drain was kind of in the back of the subdivision, and someone had just kind of wandered off in their house and went down in there. And from what I understand, they had went before, but this time they went further and got stuck. So we had to go in, and verify he was stuck and got him out. And that's just not, we just don't go in. We got to use ropes. We got to put air in there, monitor the air, make sure, because when you start getting down in a storm drain, 70 foot, down in the ground, your air may not be a breathable air, so it's a lot of things you got to check. So it's just not like walking down there and getting him out of the drain. So we were able to get him out. I think he was taken to the hospital just to make sure he was okay. But after getting all that done, I spoke with the street department, Raymond Hillis, and they're going to work to put a cover over that drain so it won't happen again. It was overlooked, I guess, where it was at the time, not thinking nobody would be around it, but it just goes to show you, you never know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. No call is too small. There was a puppy that was stuck inside of is it like a sofa?
From what I understand, it's a one of those electrical reclining sofas, and little puppy's ear got caught in the motor on it or something. So, ladder 2 went out and disassembled the motor in the chair and got his ear out. So, I mean, we don't make those calls too often, but we treat our little furry friends just like we do our people. We care about them too.
Exactly.
So, yes.
Exactly. We got several congratulations that are in order, beginning with Dylan Meyer, received the Serve Pro Team Life-Saving Award, I should say.
Yes, we had, actually it was 2 of our firefighters.
Oh, 2 of them.
Yeah, Dylan was there the day. Ryan St. Peter was not able to be there when they give it that day. But local business here in town, Serve Pro recognizes first responders for certain things, and they're getting recognized for the, over on Burton Street, we had the fire where we had the person that was trapped inside, and these were 2 firefighters that went in, made contact with him, and brought him out of the fire. Okay. So, it was nice of them to recognize him. Exactly. And then congratulations to Assistant Fire Marshal Shan Womack, who was elected president of the Tennessee Fire Safety Inspectors Association. Yes, that's the Tennessee Fire Inspectors Conference has been meeting in Murfreesboro for years. I think this year was their 58th year. Now, not all of them were in Murfreesboro, but the last several years have been. It's the fire inspectors across the whole state of Tennessee. It's an organization that gets together, and they have a conference each year. Well, Shan was nominated and elected president of the organization, so it's a big honor for her to do that for us. You know, a little extra work for her, but she's proud to step up and glad to do it.
And then one of the fire inspectors was elected to the board of directors, right?
Yeah, Jonathan Gaither, he was nominated, and he's going to serve on the board, which is a pretty good sized board, you know, with that many. I think there's probably, well, I know there's about 300 inspectors that come to the conference, so it's a pretty good sized organization.
Right. And then congratulations to the crew over at Station 9 on Cason Lane. They were awarded the 2025 Battalion Chiefs Station of the Year Award.
Yeah, the battalion chiefs, they've kind of started this to help kind of build morale. They've got certain things they're looking for, you know, in the stations, how they're keeping their station up, just different things, performing. And they got together and they nominated this station, and they won it this year. And the trophy's pretty neat. It's an Nordic fire extinguisher, and they're engraving the station, so it's something for the morale, you know, for the guys. And this is the first time they did it, so we're glad to have them doing that.
So they call this a Stanley Cup style.
Yeah, kind of a Stanley Cup looking style, yeah.
So it travels from station to station depending on who wins.
Next year it'll be somewhere else, or, you know, maybe the same station, who knows.
And then congratulations to Captain David Cranford, who retired.
Yes, David was with us for about 25 years. He was a captain. His last station was out Station 10. He served out there. Just things worked out for him and his wife, you know, and he's retiring, got big plans for the future, but we appreciate having him for all these years. He was a good captain and served the city good.
Yeah, exactly. You always hate to see him leave, though.
You do. You know, it's we're so young right now. You hate to see that many years experience, you know, leave, but it's just kind of the way it is.
Right. And then Assistant PIO Dana J. Smith graduated from the city's Citizens Academy.
Yes.
That they brought back after many years.
Yeah, you know, they did that several years ago, and Vice Mayor Shacklet was wanting to bring it back, and we got it back. You know, I think it was, I'm not sure how many people attended, but several people, but they, each week they went to different departments, you know, maybe a couple of them in 1 week, just to see how the city operates, you know, like the backstage operations of how the city runs. They went to the police department. I'm sure they come to City Hall. One night there was the fire department, and you know, I talked to them about how the fire department runs, and we had HR, I believe, was with us there that night also. Give them a ride in the aerial truck and had a good time with that.
Right.
So yeah.
They got the chance to climb the ladder if they chose. Did you go up with them or?
No, I'm watching from the ground pretty good.
Look now, when I did the fire academy, I went up and loved it. But you know, I said your hat's off, your helmet off rather, to those guys and gals, because I'm telling you, with all that weight on you going up, it's.
Well, you know, we took them up in a tower, which the tower, it carries you up. You don't actually have to climb it. So, but climbing those, well, we had a 110-foot ladder truck one time. Those, they all get your attention when you get up towards the top in those. It's funny, those ladders are built out of steel or aluminum, but when you start climbing and get that high, it almost feels like rubber.
Right.
It's the way it starts moving on you. So yeah, if you're afraid of heights, it's probably not a good thing to climb.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it. It was a great view of the city. And our top Facebook post for December, but let me add now, in the month of December, we had 1.8 million views for the month of December.
Really? Good deal.
It was more than 1.8 million. So that's a good thing. But the most viewed one was the car accident at Home Depot that we had just talked about.
Yes.
850,529 views just for that one post.
Yeah, that's one of those pictures. It's like, oh, I got to take a look at this. You know, like the car on the pole at time. You know, it's just not your normal everyday occurrence. You see a car upside down in Home Depot. But yeah, that's great.
Yeah. And then the person rescued from the storm drain, we had 177,026 people to view that post. And there were 164,633 views for the dog that were rescued from the Was that the Stones
Stones
River?
River over by, we didn't mention that, but I'll kind of tell you what happened. It was over by the Greenway, Costco over in that area. Someone saw a dog in the water. It was not able to get out, so they called. We sent our swift water team over, was able to get him out, and of course he was gotten so cold, you know, but yeah, we got him out, dried him off, and Paul's come and took care of him. So hopefully he'll get adopted or find his owner.
Okay, yeah, that would be great.
But it was a little too cold for him to be swimming that day. So, but I was glad that somebody spotted him, was able to get him out.
Exactly. And then we want to remind you to tune in every first Monday of the month on WGNS Radio. Chief McCluskey or guests from MFRD will appear on there to talk about all things MFRD. So want to remind you to tune in to WGNS Radio for that. Chief, is there anything else you want to talk about that we failed to?
You know, we hit a lot of highlights here, but I have noticed here this last month, we've been very busy with fires, not just accidental fires because of holiday and stuff, but just, you know, be safe and aware of that. You know, and of course the bad accidents like we talked about, be sure to look twice, you know, and just slow down a little bit. So just have start the first of the year off here safe. Be cautious of what's going on in your surroundings.
Yes, indeed. And we really appreciate you for joining us for this episode of Fire Talk with Chief Mark McCluskey. We hope that you found our discussion both informative and enlightening. Catch us next time for more engaging conversation right here on City TV. And don't forget, you can also watch Fire Talk on the City of Murfreesboro YouTube channel and on the City of Murfreesboro and the Fire Department's social media pages. I'm Larry Flowers on behalf of Chief Mark McCluskey. We'll see you next time on Fire Talk with Chief McCluskey.